go get him again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Narciso de Rodriguez, and this one's simply called Narciso de Rodriguez for her. Now, it's not an unboxing, obviously. This is a returned product from, obviously, Fragflex, if you haven't been checking me out. This is a brand that I absolutely love. Now, this is the Eau de Toilette version. There is an EDP. I believe this was the start of the women's line, if I'm not mistaken. It was released in 2003. And the Perfume, the early Narciso de Rodriguez releases were always, they were built by Monsieur Francis K from Le Male fame, and Christine Nagel joined him on this one. So two all-star perfumiers and two noses that I highly respect, love their work. Always a pleasure going back in time with noses that I love, that I haven't smelt their stuff yet. So the use of Francis K, these early Narciso de Rodriguez fragrances are beautiful, unique, designer fragrances. It is a start to a brand that I think created a backbone. He and Narciso Rodriguez started a backbone for this brand, which just works, in my opinion. They use different perfumiers, and they have different, fragrances, but they still use the floral, musky backbones in the men's aisle as well. That is their backbone. I can't wait to sniff this one. This one's like, if I had to say which one is a Narciso Rodriguez that is the most popular of the brand, this is it. I've smelled a lot of their stuff, and I absolutely love a lot of their stuff, so I can't wait to smell this one. Now, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, especially if you are subscribed. Please hit that like button, much appreciated. And to my returnees, welcome back. Je t'aime, love you all. Let's get into the note breakdown of this one, and let's see if this is going to be a banger like I think it's going to be. Now, the top note of orange flower, osmanthus, and bergamot. So already, orange flower is a strength from Francis K. And again, I know these perfumiers like the back of my hand, so I know what their strengths are and their weaknesses. Orange flower is one of his strengths. In the middle, we got musk and amber, and of course, this brand is built on musk, so I'm assuming I'm going to get a really good musk out of this one. And then basically got vetiver, patchouli, and vanilla. So very straightforward note breakdown. There's nothing like sexy in this note breakdown, honestly. Obviously, if you know the brand, you're like, yeah, the musk is sexy. Osmanthus, of course, can give out an apricot-like feel, so we'll see if we get it in here. So let's delve into this one. I love the colorway of black and pink. By the way, I should have wore my Ralph Lauren one that has a pink pony on it. It would have worked well. Damn it. Okay. Missed opportunity. Atomizer, excellent. As per usual, we're going to keep that because we're going to put it on skin. Let's delve into Narciso de Rodriguez for her Eau de Toilette. Ooh. Yes. As always, Narciso de Rodriguez scents bring you somewhere. And these aren't just like bubblegummy scents that you just sniff and forget kind of scents. This is the kind of brand that a first impression never really, and again, I do my best on first impressions, but there's brands like this that you almost have to sit with the fragrance for a bit. And I don't mean like these influencers that, they just did exactly what I did and that's it. That's the end of and they have a video and they never talk about it again. Shots fired, yes. But this is one that you would wear like 3-4 times in its primary season and it'll just click one day. They need to be worn. She's musky. She's clean, she's floral, and she's well blended as I thought it was going to be with two master perfumiers at the helm and with the brand's resume. There's no way that the very first one, the Eau de Toilette, would be bad, especially with the popularity that it has. Heavy on the orange blossom though, or orange flower, same thing. You get a little, and I mean a little, that apricot feel from the osmanthus, which is always nice, but you're getting a little dab of that, but not much. And vanillic touches is backing it, so giving it a little bit of sweetness. And musky, of course. Let's see. Let's put on skin now. And these are always a treat to wear. And these, you know, I don't know, like a brand like this tells stories. You know, wearing like a 1 million by Paco Rabanne, even though there's stories attached to it, it doesn't really speak to me. You know, artistically, it doesn't. Like artistically, I'm sorry, it does, but it doesn't. Like it does because it's, anyway, I'm not going to get into it. But this is a brand that is more artistic than selling units. Yeah. Oh, that apricot. You know what? That orange flower, that apricot together really does well. Man, I was gonna say that the orange blossom in this kind of cheapens the rest of the scent, but I think I'm taking that back. There's that citrusy, powdery, clean aspect to the note. And Francis K is a genius with that note. Like if you ever check out his Maison Francis, he's got a couple orange blossom, orange flower based scents, and they're absolutely fantastic. Like they're thin as can be, but they are magical. So it's not my favorite from the brand. I gotta say that. And it's funny because it's the popular one. It's always like he's hating on the popular ones all the time. I ain't hating on it. It's good. It's not my favorite feminine of the brand. I'll say that. The last one I smelled, I think, was Santal Musk, which is technically in the feminine aisle, technically. And again, I try not to put those genders in there, but Santal Musk is 100% gorgeous. Expensive though, but gorgeous. It's definitely the most popular from the brand that I've smelt, but I think it might be one of the, and it's funny because it's one of the worst, but it's still really, 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 really good. I think this one is going to grow on me a little bit, right? I hate fragrance reviewers that flip flop like that. I know, but I can sense it. So I'm trying to tell you on camera right now in the unboxing first impression video that I think, and a lot of these, Narciso Rodriguez is a brand that you kind of have to let it sit a little bit and wear it. It's one of those brands. It's not like a Jean-Paul Gaultier. It's not like a Paco Rabanne Invictus that you're just like, you pop it and you're just like, eh. This is a brand that, you know, you need moments with it, time with it. Yeah. So at the end of the day, a really good one. Really good one from the brand. I want to check out the EDP. I think is flip-flopping, right? It has black writing and it has a pinkish bottle, if my fragrance memory serves me correctly. I'd love to smell that one. I'd love to smell that one. But this one is heavy on the orange flower and musks. That is your primaries. Osmanthus does this little, it's familiar little apricot touch. It's very small here. It plays a little peekaboo. It says, hi, I'm here. But don't expect a lot of apricot. Don't expect a lot of osmanthus in here. It's more the orange flower than anything. You're getting a little bit of that vanillic touch and maybe a little bit of that patchouli, but not much. It's orange blossom, orange flower, forward. Now you can find this one at fragflex.com, uber popular. You can find this anywhere basically, but you can check out fragflex.com. You can use my code TFG10. You get 10% off site-wide, no expiry, so keep it in your back pocket. That code is used for anything and everything, and you can continue to use it as long as I'm still decanting for the website. At least I would think so, until I piss them off, and then it's gone. But yeah, an excellent, again, a great, great brand. Narciso, like they can't miss. Like even when like this one is like, maybe my expectations were too high on it. Like it's still excellent. Like don't kid, it's still excellent. But versus what I've been smelling from the brand, it's been like hit after hit. Like it's high nines. This is probably like an 8.5 right now, with potential of being an 8.8, 8.9, maybe. I see potential in it. And that osmosis keeps kicking me with that apricot that keeps making me want to bump up the score because it left and now it's back on. It's giving it personality. Like the orange flower is not enough, but that osmosis apricot hit that comes back. If that continues to keep coming back, maybe a very solid scent. Now that I've heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly. And again, even though I've smelled a lot from Narciso Rodriguez, you can still throw out some suggestions to me about the brand, what I should be checking out. Now, I'll tell you that the last one that blew my socks off, and my socks were right off, was Santal Musk. That one was a jewel. And anybody that has experience with the rest of that musk, I think it was like amber musk and something else. It might be rose musk. That is a line that I'm really keying on from Narciso Rodriguez. I don't mind that if these Fragflex sends me more for decanting, like different ones. Even like the square bottles, like Poudre. Those were good. I wouldn't mind sniffing any of those, but yeah, recommend those. And again, you can always talk about this one as well. Of course, that's the whole purpose of the video. So the comments can be about this. You can give us a story. I love stories in the comments. I love reading those. So if you have a story, and I'm sure a lot of people do with this, on how they discovered it or how good or how bad it is, I love seeing those in the comments below. And as always, a great airport fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your Narciso Rodriguez release wisely. What a brand. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.